Hello, we are Group 2, and this is our final project. Now, why is happiness so important? According to a 2019 study done by researchers out of The Ohio State University, 75% of people were found to be lying about their happiness on a daily basis. This statistic shows a greater lack of understanding of how to properly experience happiness. Now, you might ask, what is happiness? Happiness is a lot of things: family, friends, pets, food, so much more. Now, what determines happiness? According to this study here, it is a multitude of things, such as biology, life circumstances, and internal activity. Another way people experience happiness is by experiencing transcendental emotions. Now, after all of our research, this is what we have found to be our definition of happiness: the overwhelming presence of positive emotions with a lack of negative ones. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but the takeaway is that for you to be happy, you need to be surrounded by the things that make you happy. And what makes people happy is different from person to person.
Our driving question was, what are the 3 best ways to experience happiness? The 3 ways we research and will talk about shortly are self-love, gratitude, and understanding that happiness is a very broad term.
Self-love could be considered as one of the most crucial parts of happiness, but unfortunately, so many people forget to love and focus on themselves. Loving yourself can be seen as self-centered and narcissistic, but it is quite the opposite. Research has shown that self-love leads to an increase in self-esteem, reduction of anxiety, good relationships with yourself and others, and so much more. Valuing yourself leads to an easier and happier life. Studies have also shown that self-love can predict how someone's future may look. For instance, happy people who experience self-love are more likely to get and stay married and do generous things like donate money to charity. But what steps would you need to take to achieve self-love? Some self-love tips include setting boundaries, refraining from comparing yourself to others, having me time, and avoiding negative self-talk. These are only a few of the many methods that can lead to self-love and happiness.
A major part of happiness that can be done by anyone is focusing on being grateful for the things in your life that you have, rather than spending your life focusing on what you want. Studies for the past 60 years have consistently reinforced that happiness is not having what you want, but instead wanting what you have. There's even a formula written by Harvard that reinforces this. P times want have is equivalent to P times the intersection of both want and have divided by P times have. As interesting as that formula is, what does that actually mean for us? Well, for the average person, it means taking stock of the parts of your life that bring you great amounts of joy or comfort or security and actively acknowledging them, whether that be writing out what makes you happy or calling a person who brings you joy and expressing your gratitude to them. It's been found that doing these very simple actions can increase your happiness by roughly 70%.
Finally, we found that in order to fulfill happiness, you must realize that the term happiness is extremely broad and subjective. What makes one person happy may not make another person happy, and that's because no person is the same and everyone experiences different emotions. That being said, it is really important to think about the things that make you happy, whether it be yoga, music, or exercising. No matter how little or big it may be, if it makes you happy, embrace it and enjoy it to the fullest. If you're not sure what makes you happy, it would probably be worth it to put some time into figuring out what those things may be. You can do this by trying out new hobbies, taking classes on different subjects, or even activities such as traveling. There are many different things in the world to discover and try. Who knows? Maybe that thing you try out next will be the thing to really improve your happiness and life overall.